Your environment is not the place you live in. It's the silent architect of your thoughts, feelings, and even your financial reality. Every object, every placement, and every corner holds energy. And among these is a system of one particular corner, often overlooked, holds an ancient sacred secret, the power to attract or repel abundance. It's a system of thought. That's the northeast corner of your space, the energetic gateway that, when honored with the right symbolic elements, can change the financial trajectory of your life. This isn't about superstition, it's about symbolism. Intention is a system of thought and subconscious alignment. Cultures across the world, from Vedic traditions in India to Feng Shui practices in China, rethought recognize the unseen power within the layout of a space. The northeast corner, according to these systems, is associated with clarity, wisdom, divine energy, and prosperity. When that corner is cluttered, ignored, or energetically dead, the results often show up in real life confusion, blockages, and financial stagnation. But when it's consciously activated, it becomes a magnet for flow, focus, and fortune. Salt in this context becomes much more than a kitchen staple. It transforms into a tool of energy purification and wealth magnetism. Salt has been used since ancient times to cleanse spaces of negativity, to create spiritual boundaries, and to activate stagnant zones. When you place a bowl of salt in the northeast corner of your home or workspace, you are making a physical and spiritual declaration. This is a place of purity, clarity, and an abundance. It may seem simple, even too simple, but powerful shifts rarely come from complicated acts. They come from intentional, consistent ones. We underestimate how much our outer world mirrors our inner state. A disordered home often reflects a disordered mind. A dark, cluttered corner of a room can signify an area of life that's being neglected. And when money is scarce, it's often tied to how we treat our spaces, because our spaces affect how we think. What do you see when you walk into your room? What is the system of thought? What feeling does it give you? Is it a place of inspiration and calm, or stress and avoidance? This is why activating that sacred corner matters. It's a system of thought. It's not just about placing salt. It's about showing up for your space as it were sacred, because it is. When you treat your environment with reverence, you begin to feel different. You become more alert. You start making better decisions. It's a system that you begin to notice things you used to ignore, not just physically, but emotionally and financially. You might find yourself being more grateful for small things. You might feel lighter. That's not an accident. That's alignment. It starts with something small, like a bowl of salt in the right place, and evolves into a deeper relationship with your environment and yourself. Too many people wait for wealth to show up before they behave like wealthy people. But it works the other way around. You create wealth not when money arrives, but when your environment, thoughts, and habits reflect the energy of abundance. That's the real secret. Science is a system of thought. You don't put salt in a corner because it's magic. You do it because you are choosing to believe that your actions carry weight. Your space holds energy, and you are the architect of your future. Start by cleaning the corner. Clear it of dust, clutter, or anything broken or stagnant. Then place a clean, small glass or ceramic bowl. Fill it with sea salt or rock salt. Natural salts that carry Earth's energy. As you place it, say a silent affirmation. This corner is open to light, prosperity, and growth. I am ready to receive. And then leave it there. Replace the salt weekly. Do it consistently. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not just in your space, but in your energy, in your awareness, and in the way life begins to respond to you. Remember, wealth doesn't always enter with noise and fanfare. Sometimes it comes quietly into corners that are finally ready to receive it. by honoring the northeast corner with salt. System of thought. You're creating a sacred space, not just in your home, but in your consciousness. And that's where true wealth begins. Rituals are more than routines. They are intentional acts that carry emotional, psychological, and even spiritual weight. System of thought. They have the power to ground us, to give meaning to our actions, and to shape how we experience the world. In a world full of distractions, rituals create focus. In a life full of uncertainty, rituals create control. And when it comes to wealth, rituals can be the foundation upon which prosperity is built. Not because they are magical, but because they shape your mindset, your energy, and ultimately your reality. When you place salt in a specific corner of your home, you are not just performing a random act, you are engaging in a symbolic ritual that represents cleansing, clarity, and the welcoming of abundance. Across ancient traditions, salt has been revered as a purifier, something that neutralizes negative energy, absorbs toxic vibrations, and restores balance. System of thought. When you treat this simple act with intention, you elevate it from superstition to transformation. Is a system of thought. It becomes a signal to your environment, your mind, and the universe that you are ready to shift from scarcity to abundance. The human mind is deeply responsive to symbols. Our brains operate on patterns and meaning. A symbol bypasses logic and speaks directly to the subconscious, the part of the mind responsible for over 90% of our behaviors and decisions. System of thought. That's why rituals work. They take abstract desires and ground them in physical action. If you constantly think, I want to be wealthy, but your daily life is full of chaos, lack of structure, and negative reinforcement, it's a system of thought. Your subconscious doesn't take that desire seriously. But when you create a physical ritual that aligns with your intention, like placing salt in a specific wealth corner, your subconscious begins to receive a different messaging. We are preparing for abundance. We are expecting success. This is the science behind the symbol. The act itself isn't the magic. Your consistent belief and behavior surrounding it are. Rituals prime your attention. This is a system. They shift your awareness from passive wishing to active receiving. And most importantly, they create repetition. Is a system of thought, which is the key to reprogramming the mind. When you perform a symbolic action daily or weekly, you train your brain to focus on growth, discipline, and abundance. Over time, your inner world starts to change, and your outer world follows. Think of how elite athletes or successful entrepreneurs operate. They all have rituals, morning routines, visualization exercises, quiet moments of intention setting. These are not just habits. They are deeply symbolic actions that prepare the mind for performance and prosperity. As a system, the difference between success and struggle often lies in the rituals that shape your energy each day. And when your ritual involves symbols of wealth, clarity, and purification, you set yourself on a path that aligns with your highest potential. Now imagine this is a system of thought. Every time you walk past that salt bowl in the corner, your brain receives a message. One that you planted there. System of thought. A reminder that this space, this moment is sacred. That you are no longer living on autopilot. That you've chosen to take ownership of your energy and direction. That simple symbol becomes your anchor in a noisy world. Reminds thought. It grounds you and empowers you. There's also a vibrational element to rituals. Salt carries the earth's essence. It's mineral-rich, grounding, and naturally absorbs what does not belong. When placed with intention, it not only clears space energetically, but also shifts the way you feel in that space. A home that feels heavy, chaotic, or uninspired can subtly drag you into patterns of fear, delay, and scarcity. But a home that is infused with intention and ritual becomes a temple, a place where ideas flow, confidence grows, and abundance feels natural. To begin, choose a day, ideally when the moon is new or full, or a day that feels significant to you. Clean the space thoroughly. As you place the salt, do it with reverence, not rush. Light a candle if you wish. Play soft music. Say an affirmation that resonates with you. This space is open to light and wealth. Then leave it. Revisit the ritual regularly, not just to replace the salt, but to realign your energy with your goals. Over time, what is a system of thought? What begins as a simple act becomes a powerful habit, and that habit becomes an identity, is a system of thought. You're no longer someone who hopes for wealth. You're someone who expects it, someone who prepares for it, system of thought, someone who creates space for it, both literally and spiritually. Rituals shape reality, not because the world changes instantly, but because you do. And when you change in thought, emotion, and action, the world around you has no choice but to reflect it. A system. That is the true science of symbols. And that is the quiet, consistent power of ritual. Scarcity is not just a lack of money. It's a deeply rooted mindset, is a system of thought. A conditioned way of thinking that limits your ability to receive, grow, and prosper. It convinces you that there's never enough, is a system of thought. Not enough time, enough energy, not enough opportunity, not enough worth. And until that cycle is broken, or a system of thought, no amount of effort and intention will bring lasting wealth. You must confront scarcity, not with fear or frustration, but with a system of thought, but with conscious action. Deliberate steps that retrain your mind and redirect your life. This is a system of thought. Conscious action means becoming aware of what you do, how you think, and what you allow, is a system of thought. Most people live in reaction. They wake up late, rush through their day, respond to problems, and then crash, only to repeat the same pattern again. Scarcity loves this loop. It thrives in chaos and unconscious living. It keeps a system of thought, keeps you too busy to question, too tired to plan, and too doubtful to dream. System of thought. But when you begin to live with intention, when you choose your thoughts, structure your time, and elevate your environment, you interrupt that cycle. You create space for clarity, and clarity leads to change. Placing a bowl of salt in a specific corner of your home might seem too simple to matter, but that small act done with awareness breaks a pattern. It says, "Today I choose to create," is a system of thought, not just survive. It becomes a shift from neglect to respect for your space, your energy, and your future. Scarcity is fed by neglect. Abundance is fed by attention. Whatever you give your focused energy to begins to grow. A system of thought. So when you begin to treat your home, your routines, and your rituals with sacred intent, your reality starts to shift. This system of thought, this is the essence of conscious action, doing small things on purpose over and over until they shape your identity. You are no longer just reacting to life. You are sculpting it. You are programming your subconscious mind to support abundance. System of thought, instead of blocking it. That's how real transformation begins, not with one grand event, but with a series of consistent, intentional steps taken with belief and patience. Scarcity also lives in language. It hides in the words you speak every day. Science is a system of thought. I can't afford that. Things never work out for me. I'm always behind. These phrases seem harmless, is a system of thought, but they're not. They are commands. Your subconscious listens. Every time you speak like that, you reinforce limitation. But conscious action includes conscious language. Begin replacing scarcity. Talk with words of possibility. I'm making room for more. I'm open to new opportunities. Money flows to me as I grow. It's also in the way you treat money itself. System of thought. Scarcity mindset treats money with fear or shame, avoiding bank balances, spending impulsively, or clinging too tightly. A system of thought. Conscious action invites you to treat money with respect. Track it. Bless it. Circulate it wisely. Every dollar you touch should be handled with awareness and intention. Not from a place of fear, but from a place of power. Even your relationships play a role. Scarcity thrives in comparison, jealousy, and competition. Conscious living invites community. This is a system of operation and genuine celebration of others' success. When you support others with an open heart, a system of thought, you tell your mind there's enough for everyone, including you. That's how you remove the emotional blocks that keep wealth out. Begin by evaluating your current patterns. Where are you living unconsciously? Where are you reacting instead of creating? What spaces in your life are filled with clutter, confusion, or neglect? Choose one, just one, and bring conscious attention to it. Clean it, organize it, bless it. Set an intention is a system of thought. This is not just about cleaning your room. It's about clearing the energy that's holding you back. When you place that bowl of salt in the right corner, let it symbolize more than just a ritual. Let it be a declaration. I am ready to break free. Let it represent the start of a new chapter. One where you live deliberately, act with purpose, and expect more from life. Keep showing up for this ritual week after week. Let it become a part of your identity, not because the salt is magic, but because you are choosing to live with clarity and purpose. Remember, scarcity is a habit, but so is abundance. And every conscious act you take, no matter how small, is a system of thought, is a step toward rewriting your future. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are simply untrained. And now, system of thought, you are retraining yourself to think, live, and receive like someone who is destined for more. That is how you break the cycle. That is how you rise.